Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Helmet Head YouTube channel. Before, arguably, the sexiest man to walk on this planet makes his appearance, let's look back at this truly epic adventure. Pour yourself a drink, sit back and enjoy this moment.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. The limit of love is endless, I know. Just do what you want with me. Yeah, I want it all. Could care less the cost. I give you my everything. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium. And give me your freedom. Whoa, yeah, me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.
Feeling in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. with the bad. I need a little bit of good. Settle in the world like everything is new. Stepped on a path that led me straight to you. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
When I saw you, I would lose control. Made me feel like there was no tomorrow. Should've told you that you're beautiful, but the days pass and now it's so long ago. Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too. I wonder where are you now? Wonder where are you now? Wonder where are you now? Would you know my name? Would you know it then? Did you feel the same? Wonder where are you now? Wonder where are you now? It's too late now, 'cause I'm growing old, but I need you to deal with my memory, just a broken frame, and I know that I have no one else to blame. Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too. I wonder where are you now?
Wow, what a wow. Wow, what a man. At last the moment has come. I would like to introduce Lord Helmet Head.
Hello, how are we all doing on the live stream? This is a bit different for me, as you could imagine. Now, what we're going to cover on the live stream stage, obviously, we have the awesome giveaway of course, the painting, as well as, obviously, there's going to be a T-shirt included on that. That'll be the first ever signed Helmet Head T-shirt. And just to make it that little bit better, so I can basically triple the price of your bike, I am going to chuck in the world-famous Helmet Head sticker. Also, of course, if anybody does a super chat, then we're going to do the super chat shot sort of game, or I will down a shot, obviously, of apple sour. Now, what I will say with that whole thing is don't do too many, because if the more sort of drunk I get, the more things I'm probably going to say. And if anybody remembers the last live stream, I probably peed off a few other YouTubers. So it was, yeah, as we know. So anyway, the biggest part of it is the Q&A. So we're going to start with the Q&A. I'm going to dive into the comments and I'll answer as many as I possibly can. But hello, everybody. Right, let me scroll through. This is sort of newish sort of software that I am using, so it might kind of take me a little bit of time. Plus, obviously, I have dyslexia, so I might get reading some of the comments out wrong. And obviously, I have a slight speech impediment as well, but you already all know that. And if you might have noticed as well, the beard's coming back. I'm going to grow it back. I miss it, to be quite frank. I miss it. The beard is coming back. Right, let's have a look in the comments and see if we can start answering some before we do the giveaway. So where are we at? Down the bottle. Motorbike Millie. Right, let me just scroll back. So if there's any questions to kick this off, and I will try and catch up as we go. What have we got? There's a lot of comments for me to scroll through. Bear with me for a second. Are you going to test the new DAX? I would absolutely love to test the new DAX. There isn't actually a Honda dealership very close to me at the moment. Honda themselves promised me press bikes before. That hasn't materialised, unfortunately. So I'm currently in talks with Honda. I'm kind of in talks, sort of, with them on the email point of view. So hopefully I'll get to test the DAX. I'd love to. I really want them to bring the CT 125 because if they bring that to the UK, I would generally go out and buy one. I think the thing with the DAX is, if I'm right, the wheels are a little bit smaller than the Honda Monkey bike. So it'd been interesting to put them side by side. Right, what else have we got? Might have to just skip forwards and get anybody that's put a question in to put it in because this is going to take me a long time. Yeah, right, I'm going to go straight up. So here's another one. Do you feel doing such a trip on a small bike is more dangerous than taking a bigger bike? To be fair, yes. And the reason why I would definitely say that is obviously if you did what I did, and obviously I took it on a lot of motorways, and because I did take it on a lot of motorways, what I was finding was as I was going up the hills, there was trucks overtaking me, and if you imagine it peeing it down with rain and the spray coming off, and I'm wobbling a bit, they're pulling in, and then as we're going down the hills, I'm like, I've got to get everywhere as quick as I can. I'm gunning it past them because obviously I'm so skinny, fit, and aerodynamic, not fat in any way whatsoever at all. I'm overtaking them. So it was literally, I'd take a couple of trucks, they'd overtake me, I'd overtake them. So obviously on a bigger bike, you're just going to power on by. But generally, other than that, to be fair to the Monkey bike, it sort of coped with everything else, all the A roads and stuff like that. I never really held lots of traffic. The bike would sort of hold around sort of 50 to 55 miles per hour. And that's pretty much where most people sit. So yeah, I do think taking a big bike probably would be a lot safer, but the Monkey bike's just so much fun, isn't it? The Monkey bike is literally just smiles for miles. Yeah, so I would take the Monkey bike around the UK again, to be fair. And even when I got to the end of the 16 days, I wanted to go and do it again. Right, so we have just had, let me put this up, we've just had our first super chat. So I'm going to drink the first one. Now, right behind me, I've already poured two. So this is the first one. And like I said, I don't want to get too drunk because I know I'm going to say things I shouldn't say. But cheers. Thank you very much, G Rossi 46. Patron as well. Awesome dude. Yaki Darbody. It's quite rank, to be honest. I bought apple sour because it was cheap from B&M. Right, let's pop that there. Right, let's move on. Okay, before we move on to another chat, we do have another one. Sorry, I've got so many popping through. So let me do the next one. So let's do Abby's next. There's another one. So this is another shot. It's just, I'm not just going to spend all this drinking shots. There's another one after this as well, but hang on, bear with me. Oh God, that's really bad. And I'll pour another one. So Abigail Bovenzi, thank you very much. And that there is Steve Bolter, who, as you would have seen on the channel. Also, I do appreciate the super chat. That stuff is disgusting. Pop that there. Right, let's down this one. Thank you. Thank yeah, that's rank. Right, hopefully I can be able to read some more. Right, so what's next on the questions? Let me just have a quick look. Scrolling back as far as I can. Right, this one's a good one. So we've got, what have you got planned for the exciting monkey bike? Repair, replace, or modify? Now, I'm going to save what's coming up after we've done the Q&A. Now, if there's enough people interested, I will play you the next video to come out. Now, on the live stream, it's streaming from my laptop and out, so it's not going to be 4K. And that will tell you everything that you need to know about the next adventure. The monkey bike itself at the moment is rideable, definitely rideable. There was a few problems with it. I had the rear rack actually snap when I was coming home. The engine's still burning lots of oil, and it doesn't start as well as it used to either. But we'll cover that coming up with the kind of announcement stuff that I'm going to be talking about next, because there's been a few options and there's been a development even since I've made that video. The video I'm talking about is not live yet. It'll be live probably tomorrow or the day after. So I'll play that if there's enough people interested, and that'll probably answer that a little bit better than I want to right now. Right, what's next have we got? So we've got, for charity, would you camp with Lee Ashworth in an old churchyard? Yeah, absolutely. If any, I would 100% be up for camping in an old churchyard. It wouldn't bother me whatsoever at all. The one thing that people don't realise about you can see a celebrity get me out of here and stuff like that, I can film it 100% to say that I was camping during the entire night and there's no way I left and came back in the morning whatsoever at all. But again, on the charity side of things, obviously we did a big charity trip this year where I rode the Honda Pan, as obviously I'm taking everybody to see, and doing the north, south, east and west for Rainbow Trust Children's Charity. 2023 won't have a charity trip in it, at least not one that I'm going to organise myself. I want to give it a year off and then do it the year after. That's kind of how the channel works, and then we'll do like a massive charity trip in 2024, and of course it'll be bigger and more crazy and more nuts. But if Lee wanted to organise it and wanted me to come along, of course I'd be more than happy to. I'll just make sure it looks like I filmed it, that I was there the entire time. Like, what have we got next? So how much did it cost you in fuel around the UK? Well, it was about 15-ish quid a day, and 15 quid got me about 250 miles. There's 16 days. Do the maths. I'm not going to try and figure that out now because I'll probably mess it up. 15 quid a day, about 250 miles on the monkey bike. And all depending on fuel costs, you could go 15 to 20, but about 15 quid a day. It's incredible if you think about it. If you were filling up an 800 or whatever, I mean, taking my Harley is probably a really bad example. That takes about 35 quid, and that does about 100-ish miles, and it needs filling up again. So the monkey bike is absolutely incredible on fuel. A lot of people say that you can get like 150, 180 miles out of it. Not the way I ride it, to be honest. It's 100 quid, and it is out the juice, and the fuel light is flashing away. Right, what have we got next? I'm trying to scroll backwards, but I need to scroll a bit more forward. I've done that one. Right, we're going to pack past those super chats. This is a good one. So the preparations for the Helmet Head Festival. Helmet Fest is, I'm not calling it that. I actually think it's really funny, and I really like the name, and I really want the Peerless Barn people to put Helmet Fest. But I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of people turn up in leather and lycras. That, to be fair, I might actually get them to do that. That would be quite good. So the preparations. Now, I know I told everybody to save the 6th of May, and hopefully on the video, hopefully it was said that we were moving the date a lot further along. And the reason behind moving the date a lot further along was because that basically they've not got the planning permission, and they thought that they needed to be able to do events inside the building and would be outside in the field. But it's not a problem. They've got everything that we need to be outside in the field. But the ideal world of it is, for the big sort of picture, is that we've got access to inside. Because as you saw on the video when we visited Peerless Barn, is that it's next level. It's seriously, seriously cool. And the vibe there is just chilled out and relaxed. It's very much the channel itself. So the preparations are the date that we've pretty much got sorted. And don't take the time off just yet until it's 100% confirmed. But the date that we've managed to agree, was quite late in the year, is going to be the 30th of September. Now, the reason why it's so late is we're going to try and get it into August, but I think the planning permission is going to come in August. So by moving it to September, we're a lot sort of more likely to get the planning permission done. That means, yes, we'll camp outside. I'll try and get 2 price tickets put up on that as well. So one's a little bit cheaper if people want to go and stay in a hotel and drive in or ride in for the evening and all that stuff. But the 30th of September is looking like what it's going to be. The plan of it is that it's a one sort of day night event, and the big plan of it is that we're going to do a sort of early afternoon ride out, a decent sort of mileage ride out, and it will be very much a well-known place where we're going to aim to be. So there's no back markers, there's no hassle about people trying to organise them. We'll all set off together. I will do probably a bit of filming during that trip, that ride. But we're going to get to the postcode that will be a well-known pub, like the highest pub in Britain or something like that. We're going to grab ourselves a drink or a coffee, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn around and we're going to ride back, and then there'll be a start time for the entertainment to start at night, when you're going to obviously have like the pizza place open, the bar open, either inside or outside, depending on what happens. And then the music will then kick off. We'll party into the night. We'll all stumble back. Peasants will camp. Of course, I'll be luxury because I'm a lord, so I'll be either having a massive camper or a massive bell tent before post to bed. And then we'll all wake up in the morning and everybody will head home. So the 30th of September is looking like where we're at. But where are we now? We are... I need to scroll through a few bits. So here we go. £10. Now, this TARDIS Davey is Ben Davey, a high tier patron. And obviously, you've seen Ben Davey and his dad Ralph. Merry Christmas, dude, from me and Ralph and the rest of our family. What an achievement you've accomplished. You're an absolute legend. They're the legends. Let's be quite frank. When I got there, they were amazing, weren't they? I'm going to down my shot in a second, don't worry. But anyway, they were amazing, weren't they? Because how many people, I mean, I was doing my best to get there. I was dead excited to. But they went out their way, didn't they, to meet me, peeing it down rain. We rode up that big mountain and we came down again. It felt like a mountain, it's probably just a hill. And then obviously they bought me dinner at night, looked after me, let me store their bike. And honestly, they were absolutely fantastic. And then the next day they stayed with me for absolutely ages and toured me around. I'm sure everybody will tell them how cool they are in the comments. But let me quickly. I better not get through this whole bottle of this stuff because it is absolutely rank. Just saying, and I keep spilling it as well. So, right, Yaki Dar Ben, cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. I should have done a smaller shot of that. That is rank. And we got another one. Why we? Yeah. So yeah, bring on the festival. Life in the shady lane. Bring in the festival. This one, it's for you, dude. I'm not doing it all the way to the top this time, though, because it's like more than a mouthful. These are like Italian versions of shot glasses. They're a little bit bigger. That's what I'm going to tell everybody anyway. So, yeah, Yakidar to you, dude. Anybody know what Yakidar is? In Welsh, it means cheers. Obviously, I always say it in respect to my mum. So, Yakidar. Oh, God, that's disgusting. I don't tell you every time that's disgusting, but it is disgusting. I'm just have a little sip of beer to get that taste. I'm feeling a little bit tipsy already. Right. Where are we going back to? How many do you drink for 10 quid? I'll do one shot. One shot of that per super chat. I would do like 10, but it's disgusting. I should have picked something that's got a bit more nicer taste. Right. If I miss anyone's questions, please put them back at, hang on a minute. There's obviously this one. Hi, Alan. Can't wait. Hoping to join you on the next adventure. Yes, I'll talk about that next adventure in a minute. To be honest, I want to save the next adventure because I reckon we'll have a whole new chat if I do decide to play video. I'm a bit dubious about playing the video, and I'll explain why. Because it'll be out in 2 days or a day, and it's be high quality. But I'd love to chat to you guys about what you think. And there's been development since then as well. Right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit here. My Helmet Head Festival. My Helmet Head Festival says the 5th of May 2023. That's my birthday. It's the 5th of May. It's not then, dude. You can go and stand in a field if you really, really want to. Let's have a look. Any more questions? Nice jumper. It's my Christmas jumper, by the way. Check that out. It has something to do with melting. Melt something can eat. Yeah, that's cool. A dog's allowed at the festival. Yes, they are, Biker Buddy. There is dogs on the farm, but they will be there. The people that run it are the most, you've seen in the video, they're the most chilled out going. So bring Buddy along. Please, please don't bring him too near me. If anybody's watched the videos again, Buddy, everyone else walks up to Buddy. They love it. They absolutely love it. I walk up to him. He goes absolutely mental. And Biker Millie, well, I was like, is the dog safe? Because whenever I do YouTube, dogs just generally, they hate me when I'm filming. The rest of the time, I'm a dog person. I've got a dog. I'm normally like, oh, dog, it's lovely. Yeah, anytime I'm on YouTube, they go mad. And Buddy, when we were on the trip, if you don't know Bike Buddy, he's got a little dog he takes everywhere with him. Yeah, Buddy's really cute, but just hates me. So I'm happy. Yeah, bring him. It's fine. And just make sure he doesn't come near me. I don't want to be limping around the entire time. Or I can dress up in like a mask and hide who I am, and it'll be fine. Or I just run it behind and stroke his head and then leg it off. I'm sure I'll get away with that. Right, where are we up to next? So another shot. Chris Dowsett. Chris Dowsett is my brother. He's my big brother, the wise one. He taught me quite a lot in my life, to give him his dues. He taught me, this is going to sound really silly, but when I was a young lad, I was a lot of fun. Not very annoying at all. Actually, one of the things I used to do to him, I used to run up, whack his leg or whack him on the side, because I used to be scared of going upstairs to the loo. So I used to think there was a witch or something upstairs. I used to whack his leg, get him to chase me, calling him names, run into the bathroom and close the door just so he'd be upstairs so I wasn't scared by myself. But he taught me to cut my nails, which sounds really silly, but he did. He taught me to juggle, and I taught my daughter how to juggle the other day, all thanks to my brother Chris. So thanks, dude. I will have a shot in your honour. It's not that far from half a bottle. Right. Bro, yakida, mate. Oh, there's still some left in that. That's disgusting. Right, next. Now, I'm not sure if I've answered the Roadskin thing. See how I've already had a few drinks. Roadskin jeans. So, Roadskin jeans, now, they supported the channel. Roadskin, Gerbin, Kais all supported the channel. There was no money. Just want to be 100% clear on that. It was a product supporting of the actual trip itself. And I was very much open to say exactly what I wanted and how I felt about the jeans. And I think I think you can see how honest I am in the video. I am massively impressed. Now, the thing is that I have different brands of jeans. I have a cheapish pair that I've got that, to be quite frank, are quite heavy, but they're also, you feel the padding inside your knees. I've got a really, really expensive pair of jeans that are super fit, but I have to wear braces on because they fall down. The reason why I loved Roadskin jeans so much is that these were super, like, when I literally held them out the packet, I was like, are these really AAA protected? Because they honestly, they feel so like lighter than even the jeans I was wearing, like my going out jeans. So I'm burping because of those shots. So I put in the so when you put the knee armor and hip armor in, when you first put them, they feel a little bit stiff, but it's to do with them being cold. But as soon as you sort of wear them, they are super flexible. So they're the first pair of bike jeans I've ever worn where I don't feel any of the armor in them as well. So lightweight, AAA protected, and you don't feel the armor. I was like, these are really, really comfortable. They weren't falling down me with the belt on either because they weren't super heavy. They just ticked so many boxes. And the other side, what I really liked on the point now, Roadskin and Gerbin, they're the UK distributors. So you've got Roadskin, the company, and Gerbin, they distribute for Gerbin, that's, I believe, is a German company. The guy behind them was watching every single episode I put out, and he was constantly sending me a message asking me if I was okay, how much he was enjoying the videos, is there anything else that I need? He was really supportive as well. So I was so impressed with these jeans. I had an unbelievable support from them that it was like, wow, it was just like, as a brand, I've been looked after by many brands, but I felt like they were really looking after me and they were really into the channel and what I was doing. And even when stuff went wrong in regards to I ripped my waterproofs, they went out of their way to try to send me another pair, obviously all at their cost, that ended up not getting to the destination I was at the time. So massive impressive. Even so that I've had conversations with them since, and I even said, this is quite funny. I'm chatting to one of the chief people at Roadskin, and I'm saying to him how much I think his jeans are fantastic. They're great, and I love all the support and everything else. And I said, "Can I be cheeky and ask you a favour?" I said, because I've not washed the pair of jeans that I've worn for 16 days. I want to mount them. And when I said to him, I'm not washing them, I want to mount them, he almost spat his tea out. He was like, "You want to do what to the jeans? I know you like them a lot." I was like, no, not like that. I want to put them on the wall. I said, I want to put them in the frame. I want to do the 16-day thing. So that will come out on a future video. But I said, but I don't want to stop wearing these jeans. I said, regardless, where we go within regards to Helmet Head and Roadskin as a brand, I really want to keep wearing the jeans. So he sent me out another pair of jeans. I asked the cheeky questions. I've got a brand new pair. Literally, they have arrived, even with all the postal strikes going on. They rocked up like the next day. They're hanging up in my wardrobe for next time I go out on my next event or my next bike thing. And those jeans that I have worn are going to be framed. It's kind of a shame for a really expensive pair of jeans to be like put in a frame. But for me, it's quite an emotional attachment. I'd love to do obviously a lot more with Roadskin. They're ringing me back in Jan. They've already invited me to Roadskin their HQ. I've got an interview thing going on. They're writing a vlog on the actual trip itself, and hopefully our relationship's going to build and build and build and build and build. So I generally it's a weird thing when you've kind of got in the world of YouTube to where I've got to. If I could support a brand, it would be them, because I believe their product is that good, and it's pretty much says it all. I think it really, really does. Anyway, shall we jump into what's going on next? The next comments. It keeps flashing because it keeps reloading itself. So we've got, are you going to release the sidekick from his life? So the sidekick, me and the sidekick, we are going to obviously do some stuff, right? So we are. At the minute, I've got another massive adventure plan, huge adventure plan. And the thing of it is, the way that my jobs work. So YouTube isn't my full-time thing. What I have to do is I have to go to work. I basically work for about 2 and a bit weeks, pretty much straight. And then I get a long weekend off. It's about 5 to 6 days off. And that's how I can vlog the way that I vlog. I vlog a hell of a lot in those amount of days. And then they get released out. And most of the time that will tie into a long weekend doing something with a sidekick. So where the channel's going at the minute, what I'm going to do next is going to be incredible and could go on for a very, very, very long time if all goes according to plan. But it will also mean that what I'll be filming, I'll be coming back. What it means I'll be able to do stuff with the sidekick in between other stuff. So we've got ideas for 2023, and we've got some really bonkers ideas to together as well. But it's probably going to be, I think, end of February, maybe that time, when we can do our next trip together. And behind the scenes, me and the sidekick are doing loads of stuff. We're trying to sort out bits on the Harley, bit on the camper van, and stuff like that. But don't worry, there's going to be loads more with me and the sidekick doing bonkers things. Like I said, we've got a plan. It's coming up. Right, what are we up to next? No, I can't say that word, but what is that you are drinking? Well, I'm drinking a bud, to be fair, because it actually tastes nice. That stuff is sour apple, and obviously, when I went to the pub, you could buy sour apple for like £1. It's probably like about 10 an hour for a shot. It is absolutely rank, to be honest with you. It's something you drink when you've had quality drink. It's about £10 a bottle. Yeah, it's just minging, but it works because I am feeling a little bit tipsy. Right, what are we up to next? I'm probably massively behind, so I'm doing my best. What was the highlights of the trip? So the highlights of the trip, for me, what's going to sound really cheesy, was everything about the trip. I loved it. I love the build-up. I love the story. I love the build-up to the adventure, and then the nervousness of before you set off, and then when you do set off, it's almost like a rush. So there's no sort of, there's not, the whole trip is highlight, is what I'm trying to say. I suppose the biggest things in the world for me about the trip was the amount of people that came to find me and meet me and be part of this adventure. Because let's be quite honest, I am a dude with a camera and I film stuff, and it's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. But if you look back at that adventure, every day people turned up, it made it really special. And that was really the highlight of it for me, was that I as it's going to sound silly again, but as a creator, it's like you feel loved. It's like you just feel appreciated because people want to talk about what you do, and the world of the YouTube and stuff like this. It's non-stop. It's bang, 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 bang. And the one thing about this channel is if you go back throughout the years, I've never taken a break. I've never had time off. A lot of creators go, I'm having 2 or 3 months off and I've got a lot of stuff going on. I've never done that. I've just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I don't plan on stopping. I just plan on doing more crazy and more craziness. But the highlight of the trip was for me was so many people. It's like we did the charity trip and all the donations into this trip. If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't have made a greater vlog, in my opinion. It would have just been a dude riding a bike. So the highlights every single person that turned up. Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I need the loo. I'm going to come back to the comments in just a second. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm going to just leave you with this playing. I'll be as quickly as I possibly can. I'm back. I was like, the toilet's just there, and I just legged it and back. Let me go back to the comments. Where were we at? All right, let me just go back through it. So, how about repeating the around the UK trip, but the other way around on the Harley? To be honest, with the Harley, I am itching to do a big adventure on the Harley. I mean, the thing about China is it's a love-hate with the Harley, and I absolutely understand that and I appreciate it massively. But I just think, for me, I'm a biker, no matter if it was a scooter or if it was a Harley, if it's a GS or it's a monkey bike, I just love bikes. And the Harley side of things is that I'm itching to do a big adventure. What I've got planned, if we show it, then you'll kind of get why I'm not going to be riding the Harley the other way around. Maybe I'll do it in the future. That I think will make a good vlog, but I want to go bigger than that. And if I take the Harley somewhere, it might be bigger. That might end up, Harley might end up being a bike that I use in between stuff coming up over the next year. We'll see. But I don't think I'll do the other way around on the Harley. I kind of feel like I've done the UK now, up, down, left, right, and around, and all these little bits. There is the Patreon trip that's going to be in April, I'm hoping. For anybody that's on Patreon or joined Patreon, we're just literally sorting out the last few details of that. That will be on the Harley because the monkey bike may not be here. Anyway, let's jump on to the next bit. I need some jeans. Talk me into them. I think hopefully I've already done that, to be quite honest. The one thing I'll say is on the videos that you watch, click the link and order it there. Let them know the traffic's come from the channel, because I'd love Roadskin at the end of the day to get more and more involved with the channel. They've obviously got massive YouTubers bigger than me involved with them. But I'd love to be part of the Roadskin kind of as in them sponsoring, support the channel even further in the future. But generally they are that good. So like I've said, I'd put my name behind them. Right, where are we at? Yes. Not sure if you mentioned it, but what rack did you use on the Monkey? Everyone I looked at seems as if it would break, as yours did. So my rack it's no longer in stock from where I bought it from. But if you go on eBay, it's the one you can get for about 90 quid. Don't buy it. It holds 3 kilograms. Every rack that I've seen to do with the Monkey bike is 3 kilograms, except from somebody during the trip mentioned, I think it's called Ben Sports. And the video that I'll release will have links in it as well. There's a rack. Click on that. That's the only rack I've found anywhere that do an 8 kilogram rack. 8 kilograms should take most things that you're going to put in the back box. So when you see that video come out properly, click on the link, dude, get that rack. It's literally that simple. Do not buy the rack that I bought because it is not designed to take any weight at all. Right, next. Would you do a challenge with the sidekick like Top Gear guys do? Yes, we do the races. So if you go back in the videos, there is challenges, quite a few of them. We've done a pizza race that is hilarious to watch. We've done a McDonald's race. We've done drag races. There is again, to do with another plan to do with bike versus train, hopefully that will come out in the future. We've got to make it, of course, yeah, and everything else. So there is going to be those sort of challenges, and that might be potentially in between gaps of me doing a very big adventure. Right, I need to have another one. Oh, yeah, you convinced me. Hey, heavy jeans. What's this one? How many subs before you would consider becoming a full-time YouTuber? So it's not subs, to be quite honest. It's to do with the ad revenue and money coming in. So I already do, in the world of YouTube, I do probably more hours creating videos and everything else, and time-wise, than I do my full-time job. The hard thing about the world of YouTube and doing, so I do a full-time job. I've got 6 amazing kids, an amazing family, and I do YouTube. Now, I think a lot of people kind of thought I was a full-time YouTuber because, like I said, I put a lot of time and effort into it. For me to do it full-time, I'd have to earn quite a lot of money. So I honestly think, and this could be massively out there, but I think for you to become full-time and hit the views on the algorithm side of things, I think you need about 100K, 100,000 subs to get the ad revenue coming in. The one thing about the algorithm on YouTube, and it bugs me quite a lot, but everybody that clicks that thumbs up, everybody that comments, and people that click that share button in the YouTube video itself, not somewhere else, shares on their Facebook page, a group, Twitter, somewhere like that. That's what triggers the algorithm. A lot of people just think, oh, if I just put a thumbs up, it does it. It's all the different things that add up. The more eyes that it gets on, the quicker the channel grows. But just sum it up, yeah, I reckon 100,000 subs would probably be the kind of money that I'd need to earn to do it full time. And I am a long way away from that. But, you know, maybe one day the channel is snowballing, more and more people are finding it. So hopefully the more people that do, the bigger the channel gets, the more I can be here. But it's up to me. I'll be releasing a vlog even more than I am now because I'll be doing it all the time. Anyway, next. So 30th September sounds good. Bring it on. Don't forget good old Reg. He's a legend. We need him. Yeah, we do. Reg is an absolute legend. I'm 100% there with you. And hopefully he'll come along to it as well and bring his tent. But he doesn't do camping, I don't think. So hopefully he'll stay in a hotel and come along. Right. So interesting one. So the jeans, you know, I've sold them. You want to know about it. You want to know about the heated gear. So obviously on the trip, I got sent 2 lots of heated gear, one Kais, one Gerben. Okay, just before I pick these 2 up to show you my example, they are both really good. And that's not just a selling point of view or trying to upset a brand. I'll upset a brand by the end of this. I know that I will by saying what I'm about to say, but it's not to. They are both really good in different ways. So for me to put it into easy context with the jackets, what I think Kais have got right, very right, is they've got not the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth and the app thing is just a waste of time. Personally, that's what I think. The time you've done all that messing around with the app, you just press the button. There's no massive advantage. Not that I've seen to do with the Bluetooth, but the actual controller you get given is really slick, really smooth, and it's literally medium, high, and things. It's just easy. There's no loads of cable. It's really neat, and the jacket feels really neat. The Gerben side of things, The jacket feels the same, but the cable stuff's really long. So there's benefits in that, in the point of view that if you want to run a cable right behind you or something like that, you've got loads of play and you can run that cable back. If you like when you have the cable lower, then the Kai stuff's good for that. In regards to the heating side of things, I would even say that they are very similar on the heat. I found that there's 3 settings on the Kaist, there's 5 on the Gerbin. I like the 5 because most of the time I'd run it on 1, 2, or 3. With the Kaist, it was very much a low, medium, and high. But after it, I have to turn it down again, so there was more stopping. In regards to gloves, this was the biggest thing for me in regards to the gear difference. Was that I don't know if you can see this on camera, but this here, right, is the Gerbin. This here is the Kaist. If you see the Kaist, it's thinner, what means that you can press all the buttons on your cameras and stuff like that. You can even slide down with your phone. And the Gerbin is a lot thicker. It's more old school, thick leather winter gloves where you can't really feel the buttons in it, and you probably can't swipe down as easily if you're trying to access your phone for sat nav if you pulled over on the side of the road. But saying that, if you like, and this is what I said about the choices between them, if you like breathable gloves where you feel the wind coming through, so you've got the heat and it sort of puts the wind through, then Kaist are the ones for you to pick because you do feel more and you feel the wind coming through. But I was running these on maximum most of the time because of that, to keep my hands warm. Where with the Gerbin, these are thick old school leather, really thick old school leather, that I didn't feel any wind coming through them at all. When it chucked it down with rain, I found that these stayed completely watertight the entire time. The Kaist seem to get wet. They say they're waterproof, but I seem to find them to get wet. And I ran these on minimum settings every day, even when it got pitch black at night. And my hands were toasted because I didn't feel the wind coming through. I could run these on minimum. So for my next trip, I'm just going to wear Gerbin all the way. And it's not against Kaist. I think Kaist are going to be fantastic if I was doing sort of spring, whatever kind of stuff. But I don't want to feel the cold when I do my next trip. I really, really don't, because it's going to be mental. So this is the gloves. This is the one pair of heated kit I'm going to take on it. The other side, actually, I'll leave it there because that pretty much sums up everything to do with it. Right, what's next? So this one, we need to do a follow-up on Route 69. So me and Ventor, we did an absolutely awesome Route 69er. P take out the American one. Go back and share it out. We do need to follow up, and on Harleys. Obviously, Ventor's got a really nice Harley. I've got a picturesque Harley as well, so it's all fine. Yeah, we will do a follow-up. Me and Ventor have got an unbelievable plan that's planned towards the end of 2023 if all goes according to plan. We're going to have an adventure like no other adventure. Don't spill the beans, Mr. Ventor. Let's save it. This one as well. So come to Thailand, May. I'll be there next week. If I could, 2 things. I probably could wing the time off work, but I've got to save up some of my leave for what me and Ventor's got planned because I need a couple of weeks to do that. If I have the money, I would go to Thailand even as quick as possible. Thailand, America, it's all about money, to be honest. I invest and spend so much money on this channel. It's insane. I currently, because of doing the 16 days, I don't have the funds to come to Thailand straight away. It's on the list. Every country, trust me, is on the list. I am going to come and see you at some point. It's going to happen. I just need to get the funds there. So the bigger the channel gets, the more funds that come in, the quicker I can get there, basically. But it's going to happen. If I had the money to book flights, get there and get a bike hired, I'd be there because it's one of my dream destinations. It really is. One of the places I really want to visit. Right, what are we up to next? This one, yeah, would you do America? But of a question, really. The whole world. I want to do every country. I really do. So America is massively, massively on my list as well because it's huge. It's unbelievably huge. And it's so different, isn't it? All the North, South America, everything else, Central America, there's just so much difference between them all. It'd be absolutely bonkers. So I do want to do America. It's all about money, and the whole world is my plan. So bit by bit by bit, I will get to America. And hopefully, if you're there, James West, hopefully we'll get to ride together as well. Right. another super chat. So another one of these disgusting minging drinks. You know when you feel like you're going to run and throw up because it's that bad. Right. think that's your second one, Steve, isn't it? Steve's on a mission. He knows I'm already starting to slur my words, so it's going to get worse. But Yaki Dar, Steve, I appreciate it, dude. Oh. It's not. It's just wrong. Oh, but cheers, dude. My eyes look funny yet. Right. No, we're not going there, mate. See, you know what they say? The best people are born on the 5th of May. Andrew, I'm with you, buddy. This one, he'll do a rolling donut if he could keep up with it. Right, let's find some more questions, see what we've got. I need the loo now. God, this is how far I'm back with the comments, isn't it? I'm massively far back. Worry about that. So let me just double check where we're at. Right, this is a good one. I know I'm massively, so I will do my best to catch up on the live chat to keep the. If anyone puts one up, do me a favour and put question in capitals from this moment on. It will make my life a lot easier, and I can skip by everybody talking to each other, if that makes sense. Because I want people to talk. Don't stop talking. It's just because I want to keep it as quick as I possibly can. Then again, I've got all night, so we can be here for however long we've got people. We've got 4 to 5 people on, so keep on going for ages, and there's still stuff to do. Right, this one. What was the reason for the oil consumption, or is it normal for the Honda Monkey Bike? So this is going back to being completely honest before the trip. So when I went to do so I've never burnt a lot of oil when I've checked the Honda Monkey Bike. It's always been fine. And you've got to think I've put that Honda Monkey Bike through loads. So like running it on the, Strata, Florida, around Wales. I rode it to Wales and back. I can't remember what my mileage is. I think it's about 8,000 or 9,000 now on it. But before that, I put the Monkey Bike through absolute hell. So, pardon me, hang on. That's that apple sour. So, anyway, going back to it. So, before I went and did the racing and the Mali Mile on the Monkey, when I checked it, the oil was low then. So, I think I'd already caused a problem to the bike because the stuff I've been doing on it for a little bike is high revs, loads of power and everything else. And I think I might have caused potential piston ring damage before then. So I took on this trip and it's burnt half a litre of oil. It only holds a litre, so it's burning half its capacity every single time. Now, Lee, that worked on the bike from Ashworth Automotives, literally said, I think you need to change, like, if it doesn't fix it with what he's doing, you need to change your piston rings. If you saw in that had sludge around it as well. And I've changed the oil every 1,000 miles, which I think the Monkey Bike's about 3,000. I'm probably wrong. But I've changed it every 1,000 miles because my theory with the Monkey Bike being a small capacity bike is every 1,000, literally a litre of oil is 15 quid. Every 1,000 miles, just whack a litre and it takes 10 minutes to do. But I've obviously caused damage by what I've put the bike through because I don't think anyone else's Monkey is burning that much oil. So, no, it's not normal and I've probably damaged the bike. But again, we'll talk more about that coming up. And we have another sour on me, and we have the same birthday. See, another person that must be the best person in the entire world. Let's have another shot. I've got to breathe. I've got to breathe for this one. Here we go. I've actually put like another 3 beers there going like, oh, do you know what? I'll just troddle through the beers and life will be good. So, Yakidar, thank you very, very much for this. I appreciate it. And happy birthday for your birthday when you were 5th. I was 40 on the 5th of May. I know I look massively young now. When I shaved the beard off, I lost 10 years as well. And I'm bringing it back. I will probably look about 50. But anyway, Yakidar, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Every super chat, comment, plus joining Patreon and channel members, every penny at the moment is currently going off towards paying off the last adventure, but also going towards what's coming next. So I massively do appreciate it because the truth of all of this is the more that it gets is the quicker I can then achieve the next goal because I'm dreaming massive at the minute and I'm going to achieve it. So thank you. I really appreciate it. It's really helping. I wash my hands. Thanks very much. And I did wash my hands. Yeah, everyone's saying that. You wash your hands. Is your Monkey Bike the greatest? That's to be honest. I think we've all proven that. I think, and I'm probably going to blow my head up here when I say this, but I generally think that my monkey bike is the most famous monkey bike in the world. I generally do. It's been through the most. I know other vloggers have used monkey bikes for stuff like this. I've been told a million times that, but I still believe I'm the only person to take it on the most dangerous green lane in the UK. I've taken it around the UK. I've driven it up Snowdon, well, not the mountain, but up to Snowdon. The monkey bikes, I think and I've raced as well, and it's won many races against the sidekick, and he knows that I'm the best. So yeah, I think it's the greatest. To the point where it's like, my plan with the monkey bike eventually, and if I kill it, I'll put another engine in it, to be frank, and keep it going. My biggest plan eventually is that if I can get big enough in the world of YouTube and money, I want to rent a space where I'll have a studio at the back for filming and stuff like this, get more professional. But I want a coffee shop where people can come and grab a coffee at the Helmet Head Cafe. And I want the monkey bike on a stand. I really want it on a stand, and I want people to be able to come up and obviously not allowed to sit on it because it's world famous and belongs to a lord. And you can come and you can see the monkey bike plus all the other stuff that goes on the channel. There's so much history to this channel now. There's enough to fill one up. So I want the Helmet Studio and Cafe, and I want people to be able to come along, grab a coffee, and obviously when I'm there, I can come and say hello to people, and hopefully at some point even do some tours and stuff from it as well. It'll be absolutely amazing. So the monkey bike is the greatest. It's the best motorcycle in the entire world, 100%. I love it. It's not the only bike, but it is my favourite. I think it's going to be my favourite forever because we've done so much. We're coming to an hour on the live chat. Now, this is the moment again, before I jump back on there, that I'm going to just go to the loo again. Bear with me for 2 seconds. And I'm back. Clean hands. Anyway, let's go back to comments. Well, my comments have just jumped, so let me just go back because they update and then they just jumped, and I don't want to miss. Right, so there we are. This one. And this is why the channel is jumping from a monkey to Harley, both bikes I would happily own. Cheers, Sam. I actually appreciate that. The Harley was bought from the heart, to be honest, because it's something I wanted to, it's like an itch I wanted to scratch. And I still stand by it. I don't regret at all. Now, I know a lot of people got annoyed because I sold the Himalayan, but when I bought the Himalayan, the bike was a bike because it was a popular bike and I wanted to put it through some stuff, and I didn't. I rode it on a beach and I did off-roading and all sorts on it, and it was fantastic. But I didn't think I could film on that bike, and I felt at that point that there was nothing new I could do. So the Harley was an itch I wanted to scratch. The Harley currently is not going anywhere. I want to add another adventure bike to the channel next year. And again, financially, if it's possible, between everything going on, I want to add a bike that, be completely honest with you, a bike that's like not to my confidence, and I want to add it and conquer it. And I'll tell anybody about it if they do another super chat, and I'll have another drink and I'll tell about it, because I don't want to go on for too long. But if they want to hear the story, the bike I want to get, and the reason why, I'll do it if somebody does that, basically. Anyway, let's jump on to what's next. Where are we? There's loads of random questions that I'm gonna try not to answer because I've had a few drinks and they're just confusing. Right. That's quite funny, just because it's Ventor. So I'll put it on. I'm considering full-time YouTube at £25 a month, though. Yeah, yeah. Bless you, dude. Seriously, though, he doesn't need to. By the way, if anybody's seen the videos, Ventor, you're the richest man in the world. The reason why I say that before he jumped on and says something is that he organised for me to ride the Harley that I did the review of the Street Glide. And when we walked in, because this is the reason why I got my hand on it, is they was like, "Oh, hello, Martin. Are you here to buy another motorcycle? Can I sell you one?" And he was laughing, going, "Well, I might be interested." Well, you're the richest man that I know. The guy from Harley said that, so you are the richest man that I know now. It's true, simple as it is. Let's do this one. So this might be interesting. Got to admit, I don't have a TV license. I watch YouTube and Netflix. Yours is one of the many channels I will happily like, share, comment, and watch. And adverts. Cheers, Sam. Again, I massively appreciate it, because this is what gives me income to pay towards it. And the ad revenue on my channel, I don't want to rip Ventors, and it's obviously quite a bit higher than that. But to sum it up, for me to pay for this last adventure that I did in regards to ad revenue, if I try to figure out, if at the minute it's peak because it's near Christmas, so we get paid actually more in regards to ad revenue, because it's like a bidding system. How many months would it take me? I'd say 6 to 7 months in ad revenue just to pay outright for what it's cost me to do 16 days around the UK. So I'm not going to drop what I earn, but obviously I've got something going on every month to 2 months. So this is hence why I can't give up my full-time job, because I don't do a lot of overtime because I do all the filming, but just basically to pay to do adventures. Anyway, let's crack on. Have we got anything else? I'm not going to read that because, again, I don't want to upset any brands that I've worked with. I will just turn around and say that so far there was a lot of promises made. Gerben and Roadskin have come through left, right, and centre. That's it, really. Let's move on. So, Mr. Dazza, everybody knows who Mr. Dazza is. He's the hero of the channel that saved me and the psychic a million times. He's going to the new year. He's going to Thailand again in the new year. Let's be quite frank, Mr. Dazza, we're supposed to go together. Where was the invite for that? Just saying. But no, have a good time, buddy. I know your missus is out there, so yeah, have a really good time, mate. Let's do what we should take. Elon Musk, must have Elon. Tesla. Me and him might have a plan in the future. Where are we at here? Okay, that's the same question. Right, sip my beer, and we'll have this one. I need to open with a beer in a minute. So here we go. Question. So, what do you think of Devon and Cornwall? As you burnt down one side and back up the other. Love it. To be quite honest with you, I absolutely love being down there. The one thing that I did was, I keep saying the same thing about Chapter 1, the like diner. I love going there. They were a massive support for the charity trip. They never asked anything from me other than could I stop by during that trip. And ever since then, me and Carl have become really good friends. I said it in the adventure, he's like a brother to me. I like going down there, and because of Carl and Steve, to be fair, yeah, it's a place I think I'll be back to a lot. I need to do probably more of Devon, a little bit more than what I've done on that last trip. I did fly by. There's lots of places I would have really liked to visit, but it was all about time and miles. I had, to be honest, 17 days of leave that I'd managed to save up to do that trip, and it took me 16 days. So it was quite close to getting back on time. And I really want to do it within 14 days. And I was trying to push myself to do about 300 to 400 miles a day. What I thought would be easily achievable on the monkey bike. To be honest, and it was only 250 miles. So it took me 16 days. I got back a day early, so it was all good. But I'd like to go back to Devon, and I'd love to go back down there and film. Like I said, in between this next trip I've got planned, there's going to be loads of mini trips. And one of the things as well, if anybody's interested on Patreon side again, and even if anybody's a channel member as well, it's the same thing. Patreon, for me, the channel members is almost like a way of just saying thank you, and I really appreciate it. Patreon is also a thank you, but because the way it works, because they're against each other, YouTube created that because of Patreon, if that makes sense. The videos come up first on Patreon. But either way, we're going to do a ride out where channel members and patrons can all, we'll ride out with you. We've got the first one coming up in April. If anybody wants to join that side of things and they live somewhere, would like us to come down and tour, I'm only going to probably do about 3 a year, maybe. We've got one already taken. If anyone wants to join and organise a meet and a ride, I am up for it. I will give you a date. It'll be massively in the future, but I stick to my dates. I'm one of these people that really do. I don't just go on cancel last second unless something massive happens in my life. And I'll come down to Devon. If you live down in Devon, mate, we'll come out and do a ride. I've kind of gone on a massive tangent then, haven't I? It might be all the sour shots. What's that? Question. What's the ADV? Is that the alcohol percentage? It's 15%, believe it or not, but I've not had any tea because I was quite nervous. What's really weird. But whenever you do anything live or you film, I don't think about food. I think about filming. And because I was like, oh, it's happening soon. And because for me, today's been very much about making these clips and doing all this stuff behind me. I've been very focused on this. So I am feeling a bit tiddly, but it's all good. Where are we at now? This one. Question. Harley Davidson 883 or Triumph Bonneville 853 SE with now pipes? That's yeah. Oh. Okay, so obviously I've had the Triumph Bonneville. I've had the 865. It's great, but I miss it. I sold that to the Works channel, and he made it to an awesome scrambler, like unbelievable, like incredible. I miss it. I won't buy another Bonneville 865. I would buy a scrambler, and I'd probably buy. I like the 1200, but I'd probably buy the 900. I don't think you can compare the Harley Davidson to the Triumph Bonneville. It's two different worlds. They're classics in regards to the ride style. The Harley's a different feel. The Harley's, it just makes you grin. It's like you feel massively quick on it because of the noise and the power and the way it vibrates and everything. It's its own league. The Triumph is like it's just a comfortable bike that you feel proud to ride, and it gives you like a sense of being British is all I can say about Triumph. But everyone knows I love Triumph, so if I was going to buy another Triumph, it wouldn't be an 865. It would generally be a scrambler. That wasn't the question, but that's the answer that you're getting. Right, hang on. I'm massively behind with the comments. I'm going to do my best. Also, we need to do the draw that I'll potentially do in a second. Joe, what I'll do the draw now, and then I'll continue with some questions. Then I'll see if everybody wants to see what adventure I'm going to do next. But right. So the draw is this. I'm sure everybody already knows about it. It was on the Facebook page, shared everywhere. But the point of it was that you would share a post, you would share a post, and then you'd end up sending an email through. We had 20 people sent through. I apologise if anybody forgot to send an email or anything like that, but it was generally clear there on the instructions. In this bowl is 20 different numbers. It's all here. It's clear. I'm going to close my eyes when I draw it. The person that wins the actual giveaway, it's very Helmet Head based. The actual picture just there is obviously about the trip, all the different places that I went around. That's a one-off piece of art. I have taken a picture that might potentially become a T-shirt for people to buy in the future, either by me or by the artist that actually painted the picture, because they did it out of the goodness of their hearts. Also, of course, you're going to get the first ever Helmet Head T-shirt. You just need to send me your size when if you're the winner. I will get that sent here. I will get it signed together with that and the T-shirt, and obviously making your bike the most worth the most expensive bike in the world. It adds value. That sticker, honestly, I've never paid so much for a sticker. And when I say that they don't come off, I've stuck them on. These are heavy duty stickers. So when you stick it onto a pannier, you can take off and put onto another bike, because you're not going to remove it if you try to sell it. Anyway, shall we? I'm not going to take me ages to find the comments where I find that hopefully the person that's watching is in here. But I'm going to close my eyes. Here we go, right? I'm going to open one eye because I don't want to spill them everywhere. All right, this is one. This is the one. Here we go. So number 10, Lee Vigor. That is Biker Buddy of all people. Number 10, dude, you're the winner. I will either drop me an email with your t-shirt size, or I will drop you one saying congratulations, because I was going to literally pour these all individual. They're all different. Just to be honest with you, just so nobody says I've tried to jinx it anyway. I'm not going to go through them all. They're all there anyway. But Lee Vigor, number 10, Lee Vigor, dude, it's yours. That is exclusive, mate, and hopefully you will put that up in your house. Lee's massively supported the Helmet channel for years. So the biggest thing about the draw is I wanted somebody that loved the channel to have it, and I know that Lee does. He's come along, supported me, charity trips and stuff. Lee, dude, it's going to be sent to you. The t-shirt will take a few weeks to come here, so it's probably going to be likely after Christmas, but it will get there. And he's already got one of these stickers, so he's getting another one. His bike's already worth $1 million. Right, where are we at? I hope there's no more super chats, because there is. I can see one coming up. Right, heated gear on a bike. Hang on a minute. Heated gear on a bike with such a low capacity charging system seems like it would be problems. Did you do the maths? Right, so this is pretty much, regardless. I mean, I did it, so it's very simple. The heated gear, what I tried to do, what I learned quite quickly was, if you're running it all on maximum, it's going to suck in the juice. The key of it is, if it's really, really cold night, literally a minute before you go turn up to your hotel, you know you've got that last half a mile to go, pull over, switch it off. You're still going to stay hot, and then it gives the bike a charge. So if anybody saw, the only time I had a charging problem was when I had a starting problem with the bike itself. I think I was at one petrol station. When I went to fill it up, I left it connected, and that was a little bit low because I was running it while I was filling up the bike. But generally, as long as you remember to switch it off, because it's not automatic, I did have a problem with it. Even now, if I go out to the monkey bike in the garage and I had heated gear on all the way home, it fires straight up. So it is a myth. If you're silly like me and leave the heated gear running on full blast with no engine running, you'll have a problem. But at no point did I switch it off and switch it on, and it would go woo, woo, woo. It would fire always up, so it's fine, to be honest with you. It's just don't be like me and leave it on when you're filling up your bike. Are you going to vomit? No, I've got the child-sized bladder that is awful because I'm drinking beer, and I've actually had like 2 of these. They're only 300 ml because I had 2 of these before I even started this. I was like, I need to go. Now you've said that, I'm going to have to go again soon. But anyway, here we go. Budget bike battle with you and the psychic around the UK. Charity trip 2024. That could be a potential thing. We'll have to open another bit. That will be a potential thing. I've got loads of ideas for that for 2024. But again, financially, we've got to put them in together. But I'd love me and the psychic. I'd love us to do a £500 buy and ride it destination for charity. Who can get around? That would be funny, wouldn't it? And obviously I'd win, and the sidekick would spend many hours stripping down his bike before we leave and cheating and making it the best thing in the world. And the truth is, I'd do nothing and I'd still win. Where are we at? Right. So that is another super chat. Eric, you legend, top man. Has anybody ever, just put it in the comments, and I'll get to it. Has anybody ever actually had this? Because I used to be in the pubs towards probably the end of my pubbing time. It was disgusting then, but it was, like I said, it was £1 a shot. It's yeah, and you know what I mean. Well, 1 or 2's all right, but that's half a bottle on the live chat. Next time I'm going to spend a little bit more and get something a little bit nicer. Yaki Direct, though, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. Oh. Right. It does equal 15%. Where are we at? Would you modify a new engine and leave it stock as it comes? We'll play the video, ask me that question afterwards, and I will give you an answer. this is a good one. Are you familiar with Redzilla? They took a monkey bike over Bajar. Is it Bajar? When they took a C90, 125. I am massive. Yeah. Oh yeah. Redzilla I've seen. They've done some amazing. They are next level awesome. Massive production team. They took a monkey bike over. I did see them. This is a while back. It must be then. They were both on monkey bikes. It was epic. It was awesome. Yeah, they are awesome. They're still not as famous as me. No, they are good. They are very good. And I did see the C90 and the CT125 as well. It was awesome. And they also did one of the best things that they did. To be honest, one of the things that made me laugh and chuckle so much was the Dumb and Dumber thing that they did. And hats off to them. They are funny, but yeah, I was like, I wish I thought that. Me and the cycle, that would have been brilliant. But no, hats off to them. I have heard them. They are absolutely awesome. But whole production team, it's not the same. I haven't got a production team. Where are we up to? Will the HH calf sell pork pies and speckled hen? So the HH calf will sell speckled hen, but it will sell Bishop's finger, because I'm sure you remember, Steve, Bishop's finger was a big thing of the channel. Who does not like to be fingered by a bishop? And of course, it'll be Melton Mowbray pork pies, and it will be, and I'll speak to them and get us a discount. So yeah, it will sell them. We just need to open it, because the dream is there. And potentially that'll be in Wales, because I want to be honest with everybody. If I can get big enough that I can quit my job, I will be moving to Wales. Someone's had too much already. Yes, I have. You are 100% right. This is true as well. I'll need to go for a wee again in a second. Do you know what? I'm gonna do the whole wee thing. No, don't do the whole wee thing. I'll give it one more question. Have you watched the poor thing since the bite's been back? I'll just repeat what I just said. Have you washed the poor thing since the bite back? I have washed it. Right, this is going to sound insane. I think it was twice, maybe 3 times, and I've sprayed it all in ACF 50. But if I look underneath, I can still see bits of dirt. It's not been on the road since, because obviously the weather, and I've been massively busy in my actual day job. At the minute it needs work. It is rideable. Obviously, I've ridden it back. I can't ride it with the rack, but you'll see why. I've probably already told you anyway. But no, it is washed. It's clean. It's honestly, ACF. Anybody owns a bike that rides all seasons. Everyone says ACF 50 once a year. Massive advice. Every 3 washes, it doesn't take long. Just spray around your engine stuff in ACF 50. Don't listen to certain other YouTubers. This is why I said I've had too much to drink. I start to not listen to certain people, especially ones that say pan in Monica, because they'll tell you to use a WD-4 like 40 or that sort of stuff. That's great, but it will wash off really quickly. ACF 50 is like a goop, and it'll get really thick and it'll last for massively longer. Right, what I'm going to do, I am going to go to the live again. I'm going to scroll through a few more comments, and we're going to move on to the next thing, I think, quite quickly. Right, hang on, I'm queuing it up. Hello. I don't know where I'm at now. So which was the question? It jumps. Whenever I come off and come back on, it jumps. Right, hang on a minute. I've done a shot with Eric, haven't I? Please tell me I have. Apple sales 15%. Yes, I have. We are I don't know if I have done it, so I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah. In case you haven't, I'm definitely doing it, Sam. So hopefully I did Eric last time and I'll do you next. Do you next, Sam? I'm going to do you next, Sam. Don't you worry about it. Sam, Yaki Dar, dude. Appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Can't believe I've done over half a bottle of that. Right, sticky fingers. Right. I'm gonna scroll through a few more questions. Do people want to know? It's a big question. Do you want to know what I've got planned next? And do you want to see the video early? If you do, stick in the comments, show me now, big boy, because it would just be funny. In capitals, show me now, big boy. If there's enough of them, I will play and we'll continue to chat. We're an hour and a half into it already. Like I said, I've got all night. I'll be here as long as I can. There's 36 people, bless you, still with me at the minute. That's about a 10-ish long minute video as well. Then I'll answer some more questions after that before I call it a day. Let's have a quick flick through the questions. So from now on, I'm only going to answer ones with capitals, like I said. So here we go. Where is the housewife's favourite? Hang on. Where is the housewife's favourite tonight, Mr. Dazza? I don't know what he means. So I'm going to skip that so I don't get in trouble. So if there's any more with questions, please stick them, like I said, capitals first. Oh yeah, this is how far I am behind. This is with Lee winning. Lee, I love Lee. Lee knows I love Lee. He's like top man hugger. And the funny thing is about the charity trip is we went to those places. Obviously, had Buddy the dog, and like we'd go in some places like not dog friendly. By the way, I know loads around here that are dog friendly. Like so, he'd have to wait outside. We'd get a pint. He'd have to stand outside with his pint. And I'd always come outside and drink the pint with him and chat to him, not just because it felt bad, because I just liked hanging around with Lee. So we used to sit out there and yabber away for like ages. It was probably massively unsociable for everyone else there that sat inside the pub drinking. But I was like, hey, if there's one person outside, we should all be outside. So yeah, I really like it. I've got a lot of time for Lee. He's a massive, like I said, he's a massive nice dude. Good YouTube channel. He's trying to sort out his iPad at the minute, so he's not released a video for a while, bless him. What was more crazy? What was more crazy, the M25 or the pass? Do you know what, Rob? The pass was by far more dangerous and more crazy. I really hope it came across on camera when I turned it how windy it was. I was at an angle being blown while I was filming it. M25, to be fair, I just don't like busy places. So like I have to travel into London like nearly every day in regards to my job. And I really weirdly outside of YouTube, I tend to hide away when I'm there because I don't like the busyness. It's just, I'm a country boy. That's just the way that I am. The pass, so the M25, it was just traffic and boring and just a pain up the bum. The pass was like, it was insane. And the wind, I had to put the bike up against the side behind that massive rock thing. Anywhere else, it was going to blow over. And I generally thought when I got back, the monkey box was going to slam down on the floor and just literally where I parked it was somehow just out of the wind. It was proper intense. So yeah, the pass. And I think that's the second time on the monkey. The third or fourth time I've done it, the second time on the monkey. But yeah, by far the most dangerous. And I was there with the sidekick, I think the year before, and it was windy and wet, but it was not as dangerous as that. Right, where are we up to next? So remember, put question because I want to like this question. A garage pork pie or a Neeson? Yeah, is it Nelson Neeson? Me and Ventor again back in the videos that we did. We went and did the pork pie thing. It's a massive thing around where we live about which one's the best, and we both agreed. I think it was a Neeson. I think it's Nelson Neeson was better than Melton Mowbray. In regards to the Helmet Head Cafe, I will sell the little cheap Melton Mowbray pork pies that you get in a petrol station, and maybe I will sell an Eason's. And maybe Mr. Ventor, being the richest man in the entire world, you'll want to rent and hire me out of space, and we'll go into business together because me and Mr. Ventura both men that like man hugs as well, and we're going to work together a lot in the future. Right, where are we at now? What's this one? Did you test Honda Trail 125? No, I didn't. Have you some same motor JBO2 but with big wheels? No, I don't. Sorry, dude. I haven't tested it. This one. Good point. I need a new can of AC50. Honestly, dude, it's the best stuff out there. It bugs me as a YouTuber when people say spray it in WD-40. It's good. If that's all you've got, spray it. But just try AC50. And I don't make any money from that by me saying this. That is the stuff. And even to the point where if you ever go right back to the beginning, I rode a Triumph Tiger around Scotland really early on. It's terrible footage. It's back me in the early days. When I brought it back, I put it in the garage, and I was so knackered at the time because I did it in winter. I was freezing cold, no heated gear or any of that then. And I put it into a garage, and when I had left it for probably a couple of months, it was really, really bad. All the no-nos, they hated me. They were like, you need to use AC50. So ever since then, I've used AC50, and to be fair, I've never had the same problem again. Where are we? Oh, it's just done that flash where it updates comments. Yes, I have a bladder like a walnut. I agree, Mr. Dazzler, I do. What noise legit marketing for the week? That is a sound effect from Epidemic Sounds where I got my audio from. I'm just trying to see if we've got any more questions. Show me big boy. Okay, there's one of them. Show me big boy, show me big boy, show me big boy. I can't wait for the next adventure. Looks epic. Hornet CB 2000 gallivanting. Sorry, I've got to put you up on the screen, dude. He's a legend. So if you've seen that, it was like a genuine thing. He's followed and supported me for like years, basically, right from the early days. And he's obviously got a Hornet, had a massive accident, blessing and everything else. And we've never met. There's been times where we were going to meet, but it never happened because of weather. He had an accident, like I said, and all this stuff never happened. So when we met, it was kind of like a big deal because obviously it's like when somebody supported you from when you were like a tiny little channel right up to that point. And we were like gloves. It was just like, you saw it in like the video. It was like straight away, bang, 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 bang. He's a legend. To the point where he's going to be the first person to lead the patron-led exclusive like trip, what we're going to do in like April, because it's his plan on what we're going to do. Because I want it to be the patrons or the channel members that organise the little trips that we all go out together. And he's the first person to do it. It means a massive amount as well. So I just think he's awesome. He's a really top dude, and he's been here a long time. Show me big boy. This is all the stuff that we've got coming up to show me the big boy. So I think I've caught up enough because there's loads of them. So, hang on a minute. One more. Hang on. Let me just answer this. What happened to the trademark brute scenes? Sign bottlers lose some value. So, if anybody's new, if you've ever heard of a deodorant called Brute, we used to call it Fly Killer when I was a kid. My dad had it. So I adopted that as the stuff I wore to keep women millions of miles away. I still have tins and tins of Brute. So it will come back. I just decided that I just banged on about spraying yourself in Brute so much that I kind of left it behind. But it will come back. I've got enough cans to keep it going. But yeah, basically, if you become uber sexy and attractive like me, to the point where it's like you need to keep women away, spray yourself in this. Because if you've seen the links, like the adverts on links where you spray underneath and you hold your hands up and millions of women come like running, that's partly my problem being uber sexy. So I spray myself in Brute and they just go running away, to the point where honestly, if you spray it and you ask your wife, go, what do you think to this? Don't give her your armpit, spray it on your arms. She'll go, oh, that's disgusting. I shouldn't say that now, I'm probably going to get sued, but yeah. And I'm just going to do, so we've got a super sticker. It won't display the sticker on the thing that I'm on, but this dude's awesome. He lives in America. I thought he was in Thailand. I actually clicked on his channel and he does learning Thailand. Really good, to be honest with you. So I believe that's right. Thailand. Am I saying the wrong thing when I say this? But anyway, I might have to learn that because when I go to visit him, I'd love to go to Thailand. So I'd love to go tomorrow, and I'd love to hire some bikes, especially if I get my hands on a CT 125. And ride that round and do. I think it's called the. Is it the? I'm going to say this massively wrong because, again, dyslexia, and I don't want to say it, but is it the Gailon loop? Gore. Yeah, it's that loop. It's a loop that they do, and it looks absolutely spectacular. And to be quite frank, I've seen quite a few YouTubers do it, and I'd love to go and experience it. So I want to go to Thailand anyway, and I'd love to have somebody that actually knows where I'm going. So Yaki Da to you, buddy. Thank you so much. Yaki Da's cheers again, in case you missed that. Oh, we're used to this now. It's nice stuff. It'll be nice at the end of this as well, because whatever the live chat gets, I'm going to need it for what's coming up next. So honestly, that's another massive helping hand towards it. Right, to keep the conversation going, because we've been here now for an hour and a half, just over, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to check I'm not missing anything else. I've pretty much caught up with the comments. Question. Let's just do this one. 2023, high karate or Old Spice? That's deodorant. Yeah, maybe I should mix it up. But to be honest, Brute, just try it. Spray yourself in Brute and ask a lovely lady if she thinks you smell all right. And if she's polite, she'll tell you you will. Guarantee she'll be gagging. Right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to play you. This is quite a big thing, really. I'm going to play you what I'm going to do next. That, to be quite frank, is massive. I'll explain more afterwards. And it's about 10 minutes long. Obviously, hopefully you'll enjoy it. So this is going to come out in 4K tomorrow or the day afterwards. That's up to date in the world of like YouTube, so I can start making stuff because a lot of stuff has happened since then. So you're going to know a lot more by the end of watching this, with my answers and questions, plus who's getting involved before anyone else. If you made it this far in it, then you'll hear me repeat it probably in better detail with less shots. I just appreciate that. The super chat shot game, I'd love to see some more of them come up to keep going. I really would. If I finish that bottle, I will throw up, by the way, and we will run off to the loo. I don't have a thing for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Let me play you this, and hopefully you'll you'll get what I mean. Next is big, it's bold, and I'm going to make it happen. So enjoy, watch it.
Channel. Now, I've just ridden a Honda monkey bike all the way around the UK, and of course you want to know what crazy thing I'm going to do next, so let me tell you all about it and cue the intro. Well, here is the thing. I've ridden the UK all the way around 16 days on a Honda monkey bike. I've also ridden it north, south, east and west on a pan-European raising money for charity. But 2023, I want to make more epic, bigger and bolder. Not bold on the head, by the way, just as in like boom, big explosions, fireworks in the background. Now, my plan is to do an adventure that I've never done. Nothing like this before, ever. It's going to be absolutely epic because I've covered the great British, UK, Scotland, British Wales. I've covered it all. So my plan for my next adventure is to cover, of course, another country. Imagine a man with a French stick and he's got frogs in his hand, or croissant maybe better, with the ham and the cheese, and he sounds very much like a French person. Because I'm going to go and see all of them. Well, I say all of them. My plan of it is to ride literally across France, cover the whole of France in regards to riding across it, maybe stopping at the coastline, but doing a massive, huge adventure across France. And of course, that is leg one. And then, of course, there'll be leg two that could look like something like riding across, say, the length of Spain. And then, of course, leg three and leg four. But we'll stick with leg one first. Now, partly the reason why I've picked France as the place I want to ride across is because, of course, Senior Lord Head, my father, lives right down on the Pyrenees of France. And I have been there before on an adventure. You can check that out as well. But I've never ridden all the way across to go and see him and then, of course, continue on. And him being there is great for two reasons, because it gives me a secure place to leave the bike and fly back to the UK and then fly back out to do the next leg of the adventure and so on. That's kind of my plan at the minute. And the other side of it is that I want to take a very special present all the way across France just to give it to Senior Lord Head, because of course he is special and he deserves many man hugs, some helmet head attention, and a present that he will never ever ever forget. It's going to be awesome. Can you imagine this adventure already? That's thousands of miles. It's going to be nuts. But the next big question is, I can hear everybody saying, is which motorcycle am I going to do it on? Well, the Honda Monkey Bike, as we know, has had an incredible amount of abuse. I have thrashed it. I had problems with it during the adventure. And there's, it made it all the way around thanks to so much help from so many people. It had the rear rack welded. It had exhaust welded. It had a load of stuff. I'm going to go through all that with you in just a second. And I have a plan. And a lot of people keep saying to me that the Honda Monkey Bike should be put up on a stand at Honda's HQ so everybody that walks by can see this amazing achievement this bike has done. It belongs in the National Motorcycle Museum already because it's a national treasure. I agree with all of you. I 100% do. I've even had people saying to me that bikes should retire and I should get a new one. And I also agree with you on that. It does deserve to retire. But that's not me. I'm a little bit more bonkers, and my opinion of it is that when something needs some love and it needs some work, why not make it better? So in typical 11 out of 10 style, what I want to do is make the Honda Monkey Bike into the best outlanding beast in the entire world. But I'm going to need some help. So let me show you the bike first, and then let me tell you about all the things I want to do. Check this out. So the Honda Monkey Bike, after its 16 days around the UK, it has had 2 cleans. It is covered in ACF 50, literally all over it to try to protect it. But let's just go through what real condition it's in. Now, the engine itself, it was burning around 1/2 litre of oil. We think it might be piston rings, maybe more. So that needs sorting out. The air filter here, as you can see, is held on by a plastic tie, and it worked, but that needs to be sorted out. The Tenshi exhaust as well is actually lower than it originally sat. You can see where it sat here because that snap during the adventure needed to be welded. That is the weld that was done as a temporary fix. That is blowing. This is very much past best. That needs to be replaced. And then we'll move on to the rack. The rack that I put too much weight in, that got bent, that then people welded for me, that was Rory. And it was, do you know what? Rory and Dave did an awesome job, and this survived the entire adventure. When I got home, so this is riding home at the very, very end, can you see here? The rack gave way and cracked. That's not actually, yeah, that needs to be changed. That, I believe, is the current condition of the bike. The engine, the air filter, the exhaust, and that. Let me tell you what I want to do to it, though. So what I want to do is the engine obviously needs sorting out. Ideally, I want to be able to do something that will give it a little bit more horsepower, but basically, piston rings, whatever's needed to that engine to stop it burning as much oil. That's part one. Then the air filter itself. The air filter, I'd either put the original back on, but I ideally would love to get a proper well-known brand performance air filter put on there. So the Tenshi exhaust, what I'd like to do is replace that with a Scorpion exhaust. It's the one that's black. It looks absolutely awesome with the baffle in, so it's not too noisy, and then that fits nicely behind the suspension. Moving on to the suspension itself, what I'd like to do is replace the stock suspension to aftermarket decent suspension. I can adjust the preload on, some really good stuff, because it was bottoming out as I was going down the road on the trip to do with the weight, and that's kind of the biggest sort of change that will really improve the bike. And then what I want to do is put a heavy duty rack on the back, but also put a front rack that goes over the light on the front, where I can put some of the weight there as well, because that way I can spread the weight out a bit, and obviously that rack was not up for the job, so improve that. And then what I'd like to do is be able to put some small fuel cans, either change the box something that can get it, or get something on here so I can have a couple of small fuel cans strapped, because the bike will do around 100 miles to a tank, and what I want to be able to do is be able to empty those fuel cans in when I need to and extend that mile, so I'm never panicking about running out of fuel, because I'm pretty sure this trip I'm going to be mostly by myself. That should make the Honda Monkey Bike into an overlanding beast. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to all the products that I'm thinking about down in the description. Check them out, tell me what you think, because I want to make this into proper beast to be able to go across multiple countries. So with what I'd like to do would create the Honda Monkey Bike into an absolutely epic overlanding beast. But I need to be quite honest and frank. Currently for me, I'm still paying back the last adventure. I was not joking when I turned around and said I put it on my credit card. Well, about half of the chunk of it, I've almost paid it off. And that's the way I live my life. Wrong or rightly, I want to do my adventures, I make them happen. And that backup credit card is what it's for. And exactly will be the same in the next adventure. I will build up a small pot of money to be able to take to do this adventure, and I have my backup credit card for when things go wrong or when I run out of cash to make sure that these adventures continue to happen. So that being said, I think the Honda Monkey Bike is going to need around 1,000 to 1.5 grand's worth of parts, plus the time to go into it. What means I've got to raise that money for that to happen, for that to be the bike that I take. Now, I want to put out there that I would love, absolutely love, to get some companies or a company, a garage on board that are willing to transform this bike. And part of that will be an incredible series about the garage, the business, getting involved, getting the bike sorted, and obviously spending a few days doing a bit of riding with that business. That would be absolutely epic, and we can get the Monkey Bike done, and then they will become supporters of that adventure. Ideally, sponsors of the channel, if we come up with the right deal, would be absolutely epic. And the Monkey Bike will live an absolutely awesome life, and it will go on this crazy adventure. The other side of it is that potentially I will go off for a month, maybe two, work my butt off, put a load of money together and do my 11 out of 10 job and create the Outlander monkey cycle, and it will be absolutely bonkers, crazy, epic. But we will make this happen one way or another. The other thing is, the other option is, there is the Harley Sportster that we do have on the channel. That is ready to go. There is no reason why I can't jump on that and ride that across Europe. No breakdown cover, could be a story by itself. Plan A is to take the monkey cycle. Hopefully we'll get some brands and some people involved and make this into an unbelievable beast of a machine. That is kind of my plan. Now, I'm extremely lucky to have had more patrons, more channel members join us, loads of awesome super chats and thanks. I massively appreciate it. All this money does go towards the channel, the running of the channel, the kit, and most at the moment, the adventures and getting things sorted. I massively appreciate it. It's actually really humbling to see the numbers grow and the support the way that it does. So that's the plan. Plan A, Honda Monkey Bike into an overlanding beast across France, French stick, croissant. It's going to be absolutely epic. And then, of course, we'll see where the adventure takes us from there. Fingers crossed we can make this happen quickly. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting time for the channel. There is loads of other stuff going on. As we all know, there is the Helmet Head Festival. That date is literally going to be getting confirmed and launched any day now. We've got a patron meet going on. We've got, what else we've got? We've got the Mali Mile race going on. There is loads already going on next year. The whole point of this adventure is it's going to be leg by leg. I'm going to go out and do a chunk of it. I'm going to fly back, do some other stuff, fly back out and do the next chunk. It's going to be epic. It's going to be cool. Let's make this happen. I can't wait to bring you along. And I will see you on the next crazy episode on this channel. Bye-bye for now.
I just realised my mic's muted, and I saw a few comments saying about it's time for water. Hope you can tell by my frogs that I wish it was water, because it's probably a really silly idea to do the shop thing, because I am feeling a little bit pissed. But anyway, where was I? So yes, yeah. Now you know the plan, and let's be honest, it's a pretty like epic plan. So let's just break it down a little bit. So I am going to be taking the Honda Monkey Bike. That's guaranteed now. I reached out. This video, that you might have seen a post up on the Facebook page that basically said that if any companies want to get involved, drop us a message. I have had a couple of calls. There's a fabrication company that's interested in doing something on the Monkey Bike. We're in discussions with that. I'm not going to drop the name. If he wants to, he's more than welcome to. The other side of it is when it comes down to garages, If you saw one of the comments on either on the Facebook post I put up or the YouTube post, there is a guy that is massively interested in doing it, to the point where I believe that we've pretty much now agreed that they're going to get involved. Now, if there was any garage, I'd love to get involved in this whole epic adventure. The one that I really wanted to has got, and I'm shocked because, to be quite frank, it's Ashworth Automotives that you've seen that put about 300-ish quid, if not more, in getting the monkey bike sorted on this last trip. Lee's come back and said, I want to get involved, and we've had a chat. Now, I actually, like through the messaging side of things, I actually started looking at creating a GoFundMe, potentially, because I want to take the monkey bike, because I think this, again, for a bike that's been through so much, it's the bike to take. It deserves another leash of life, because right now it's not in the condition where it could go and do another massive adventure. It's going to go wrong. Something's happening in that engine. It's burning oil and everything else. And I think it's piston rings, and it could potentially be barrel, etc., etc. It needs some TLC. And if there's one place that I've never seen anyone be that precise, that's the place where I'd like it to be. So for him to sort of get in contact and say, and we've had a few chats, and he's even got to the point of saying that, he'll make sure that whatever we create is going to be absolutely awesome, because that's what I've tried to put across. It's like, I want the monkey bike to be this, and I want it to be in this outlander beast. And he's got overheads, and he's got a business, and it's going to cost him a lot of money and time. And you think you just pay somebody in labour, let alone the cost of the parts and everything else. And to be quite frank, I don't have the funds that I can just whack loads of money into it. So if Lee didn't get on board, this was the potential before then, was I was going to put the original exhaust on. That still might happen, because I'm not guaranteed Lee's going to do it all. The original air filter on. The Psychic was going to change the piston rings. I was going to put a heavy duty rack on the rear and just go. So now my dream of the Overlander, that is actually now going to be a thing. And it's all going to be down to Lee and Ashworth Automotives. So the plan of it is I am going to be going over to him sort of late January. We're going to be doing a whole series on him doing this incredible thing to the monkey bike. And they're going to be the first people, to support this adventure, sponsor the channel, support this adventure throughout this trip. Now, the trip, I've left it very open, and I left it very open for a very good reason, because my plan obviously is to ride down the whole of France, the whole length of France. That's not an easy feat by itself. Obviously, my dad lives in the Pyrenees. It gives me a great base to be able to leave the monkey bike. So I leave the monkey bike in France, ride all the way down. I get to fly back. There's going to be about 6 weeks before I fly back out again, depending on stuff that's going on in life in the world. And there might be a mini series in between the next one. There might not be, depending on timing. I fly back out, and then my plan is to ride the length of Spain. Now, this is the twist. The twist of it is that I want to say to you all that I want to ride the world on the Honda monkey bike, but I can't promise that. And because I can't promise that, there's my plan of it is currently is to ride the whole of Spain, ride back to my dad's in the south of France in the Pyrenees, then ride to Italy and ride back, and then ride up and around maybe Germany and come back into the UK in time for the Helmet Head Festival. But again, adding to the twist, Senior Lord Head did write to Honda while I was away. They have replied, the same guy that I've actually been in contact with before. So there's another email going out to them. If I can get a network involved, a place I can store the bike in different locations, ideally Honda network themselves, there's no reason why I couldn't go. But I've now done Spain. Why not go into Africa? Why not go further? But I can't promise it. I need to sit this because I'm going to cough in a second. I can't promise the monkey bike is going to be the bike I ride around the world. If I can get a network or a dealership or a company that's got multiple places, potentially I will ride around the entire world. But my plan is that France, Spain, back to France, back out again, Italy, back, Germany, UK. That by itself, on a little 125, and a bike that's been abused to high heaven, that it's going to be fixed by the best garage in the entire world, is amazing by itself. And then on top of that, hopefully this engineering company is going to, or fabrication company is going to get involved. There's a guy that's promised that he's going to help me sort panniers out for the bike. We've got some conversation about old fuel cans. Have you ever seen that old fuel cans on the side of a bike? And I don't know if anyone's ever done it before, to be honest, but he sent me some pictures where that might potentially become a thing. I'm partly 50-50 because I'd quite like that to go on the Harley for something I've got planned for the Harley. But we need to talk later on. I'm not doing that tonight because I'm drunk. I know he's watching the live chat. So, yeah, I'm not going to go into that now. But there's a potential there's going to be old fuel cans, little fuel cans on the side of the monkey. Open up the panniers as well. That'll be absolutely incredible. So what I'm going to do, I'm now going back for any questions anybody's got. We've been going for nearly 2 hours on the live chat. I'm guessing nobody else is going to super chat because apparently this is water. This bottle that I opened, by the way, on here is water. No, I don't, but I actually poured it in. But anyway, God, there is like just over a quarter of a bottle left, and it's sticky. Right, let's go. So I've done that because we did that on the live with Steve, who super chatted. Of course, we all know it's really water. It's yeah, no. So I've had a drink now. I'm getting like, no, how bloody rude are you? But yeah, no, it's not water. Trust me, I feel a bit squiffy. My throat's starting to go funny. Right, stick question if you can do a question for me before anything else. There's lots of chat between people. Question, here we go. A lot of the route you showed is covered by the TET. Would you consider doing it off-road? What, across France? I mean, Steve, as you well and truly know, I wing it. So when I put it in, I had Paris. Well, I've driven a car about 2 or 3 times to my dad's. Honestly, it's a mission of a job. It's an unbelievable mission, and it's toll road heavy. So I avoid Paris, and then I kind of take that route that's on there. But my plan isn't to stick to that. So as always with the channel, I don't want to. I don't want to overplan it because it's not me. So I kind of want to go with, I'm going to put that route in. I'm going to then get to France. Potentially, I'm going to, first of all, ride the UK to there because that's about 150 something miles from here. Potentially grab a hotel or the ferry first and grab a hotel in France, one or the other. And then the next day is going to be the next massive leg. I don't want to stick to that. I kind of want to stick that in as a beginning, do a chunk of mileage so I know that I'm in France, and then wing it. Just wing it the good old Helmet Head way and just go, I'm going to go there on the coast. I have done like a historic ride before the whole world of YouTube where we went and visited loads of Second World War stuff. I'd love to do that again for the channel. So it is a potential, but as we all know, like I'm not the best in regards to reading out history. I'm not so I make stuff up, but I tell my version of the story that makes it nicer. I couldn't do that with the Second World War because for me, I love history and I generally do like stuff like that. But I couldn't be disrespectful in any way to the people that did something incredible to give us what we've got today. So I'd love to go and do that. I wouldn't do it justice with my personality on the channel. But I do want to go and visit the coastline. So I'll potentially do a part of that route, head off and visit some of the French coastline. Go up. It will take 2 days by car. If you take a day if you didn't stop driving all the way through, but 2 days by car, 2 days by BMW GS, 4 days on a monkey bike, to give you an example. So it's a long way. So plus I'll detour off. So it'll be completely winging it. I'm going on. So I will move on to the next comment. Oh, look, I love this. That's Ralph. Even Tracy's watching this. Tracy, bless her, that's obviously Ralph's wife. She's lovely. She drove me in the limo. If you saw the limo, the big stretch limo. She drove me from their house when I dropped the monkey bike off back in the limo and dropped us off. She's lovely, bless her. And she's not into the big bike world, but because I'm the best looking man in the world, I know you're jealous, Ralph. She now watches us. It's lovely. Have we got any more questions? I love this bit. I'm loving the chat about the motorbike and watching a man slowly get pissed. I feel well ropey. I need to eat food. Lee's a legend. Lee is a legend. Yeah, it'd be good to see the guys work together again. Have we got anything else before we move on? We have. Here we go. Questions. How's Harley doing? Have you ridden it much since getting back? No, I've not ridden the Harley or the monkey bike since I've been back, because since I've gone back, we've hit like minus. Not, I mean, that wouldn't bother me, to be honest, on a normal basis. It's more the point that because I've had to go straight back into work mode, then I've come out of work mode and currently on my long weekend. It's like, obviously having a family and 6 kids, I've dedicated all my time to them because I've had a lot of time off working and then off. In regard off, it's not really, it's off working again on YouTube and like filming. It's their time and it's like Christmas. I've got that video coming out, and I'm going to make another video about the update about Ashworth Automotives and what's the plan. But right now it's Christmas, so for me they're the most important thing in the world. So that's going to get all of my time, and then we'll start doing some ride outs and stuff again. But the Harley is coming out. Also, I'm quite precious of it because I don't want to get it covered in salt, and it's not worth loads of money. It's an old Harley, but it's stolen a little bit of my heart where I really enjoy it. So I kind of want to look after it. And it's not the best condition Harley in the world either. So I don't want to get any worse. Where are we up to now? Question. Where can you buy stockers? Is that stockers? Is that supposed to say stickers? If you want to buy these, so there's 2 ways of buying stickers. If that's what I'm supposed to say, and it does. Here we go. Stickers right underneath it. If you want to buy, so these are pannier-like stickers. These are actually quite expensive. So I bought a pack of these, quite a big pack. And my plan of these is anybody that can find me, I'll give them out too. And I gave out nearly all of these during the different stuff that I've done. There's only a few of these left, and I need to order some more. But you can get them. So in the YouTube down below, you can get a sticker that's a square sticker. It's actually a little bit bigger. That you saw on Neil's like pannier on the trip. You can buy them. They're expensive, but you can buy them. They'll post out anywhere in the world. What I'll say is, if you want one of these, there's only a few of these left, and I will order some more because of what they cost and the cost of posting them. It's probably going to sound harsh, but to be honest, it's true. If you come and find me on a trip and I've got some, I will give you one because I think you've made an effort to come and find me. But regardless of all that, if you want to buy one, and it will help me out massively, there's a PayPal link down in the description of all of the videos. Send me like a tenner on that and your address, and I will send you one of these in the post. And to be frank, with the cost of postage in these, it's not much in it. And I'll send you one out for your bike. These won't come off. I will pre-warn you, wherever you put these are heavy duty ones. These are the expensive ones. So you stick it on, it's not going to come off very easily. Don't pressure wash it, just in case, but it won't come off very easily. Where are we up to now? Ventor's heading off. Great live chat. Good night to you all. It's probably gone. Top bloke, really top bloke. Question. I need a wee again in a minute. Would you consider converting the monkey bike to electric in 2020? No, not a chance. The only reason why I say that is that engine is incredible. So the monkey bike, I don't even changing it now is a big deal for me to do. So I've had a conversation with Lee. So obviously where I'm going to go and get the bike ordered and everything else. And even talking to Lee about doing the Just Fund Me, and I've classed like a begging bowl. I hate it, but I've got to live in the real world, and what I want to achieve is a lot of money. And he's saying, don't worry about it, we'll sort it and everything else. Honestly, he's such a bloody top bloke. Whatever I make whatever I do to the monkey bike now, so I put on a lot of parts, and they were cheap parts at the time to race the Psychic and win. Whatever I do next, I want it to be an overlander that's going to last for years. I want it to be the most, it already is a famous bike, but I want it to be a bike that no matter whoever sees it, they'll go, that is next level. I know that bike, and it is the bike in the monkey bike world. It's the biggest, the bestest. And I think that's what me and Lee are going to achieve. What we've got planned for that bike is there's not going to be any bike, any 125 that cool. basically, and it's going to be the channel's bike, but seriously next level. And if it all goes according to plan, there's a few more questions. I am desperate for a wee. I am going to do what I do. I know that Crest Head is next. I am going to answer that. I'm sorry, bear with me. I have a bladder of a child, and now I'm trying to find that's what I need. Hello. Right, here we go. Crest Head question. Right, question. Hook up a trailer for the trip to France? No. No. Well, honestly, what I've got planned for the monkey bike, I don't need a trailer. If all goes according to plan, it is going to be the best overlanding beast. I'm so excited. End of January, I will go into Ashworth Automotives, and by the time we finish, it's going to be incredible. There's loads of stuff, like I said. And the biggest thing as well is that more companies get involved, and hopefully they will. The bigger this is going to get. Now, there's loads of people will recognise this brand, but the K-Berg, the Duke 2 that I used to wear, I've sent them a message. They have, I kid you not, they have, on the Italian, this is their Italian brand, bang, bang, bang with emails back. Massively interested, sent them loads of stuff. They're now sent off to their UK distributors. Anyway, you ever use in the press world, get sent off to the UK side of things. They're evaluated if my channel's good enough to have K-Berg on it. So there's a potential for 2023, I'll be rocking a K-Berg lead for this adventure, plus more. But they haven't replied in 3 or 4 days, so maybe not. So we'll see. But any brand that gets involved, and this is like little businesses, big businesses, I'd love as a channel, I'd love loads of British brands or brands to be involved that love the channel. Would be seriously would be amazing. Can you imagine? Not just obviously Ashworth, they're going to be massive, huge. We know that. If there's some little engineering companies, brands that might get something from it, I'm happy to talk at different levels. To be honest with you, if it brings something to the adventure or the channel, I'm well up for it. Even if it includes like an advertising package or whatever, because I'd love to get loads of pages that love the channel involved, no matter how big or small. Anyway, refill of the water. Yeah, okay. I'm laughing because I'm just going like, I generally think we're winding down, so I think we're going to probably stop this soon. Unless people keep doing this, because if I drink a whole bottle of this, seriously, that's like a pub size. That's yeah. Oh, if you keep going and buy me more, you get me to do some impressions of other YouTubers that will wind people up left, right, and centre. That means I'll probably get hated more on YouTube. But there we go. Oh God, I think it's because it's blue, but it's not. I think it's supposed to be the shot there. Yeah, that's disgusting. Right, where we at? Oh, Christ, just jumped again. So we've done. Where are we at? Sorry. Hook up a trailer. We've done that. Question: have we done this? Are you too famous now to seen drinking an Audi? Brands a bit. Where do you think this is from? This is from Audi, dude. This is like 20 bottles for 12 quid. By far not. No, I love Audi by far, and Yeah, all, literally anything. Well, we get our shop, like family shop, from Iceland because it's the cheapest for like delivery. But all booze and everything else is from Aldi or Lidl. Anyway, has it been? I think that's a question. Has anyone been to Ashworth Garage to drink tea from famous mug? Do you know what? I spoke to Lee and he said nobody's actually been to do this. Honestly, if anyone goes, just man, like, it would rock my world and it'd be a real. He'd ring me and go, "You won't believe what happened." Turn up and just go. Can I drink from the cock? Can I drink from the cock, Merc? I'll put my bike in for a service. Put your bike in for service first, so you're not taking the piss. Then just go, can I drink from the cock, Merc? Get him to take a picture and send it. I will put it on the Facebook. If I get sent it physically, send it on Messenger or actually better email it because I get it better quality. I will put it on the Facebook page because honestly, I'd love that. And to be fair to him as well, with what he's about to do for me, plus what he's already done, yeah, it's next level. And I wouldn't say the whole precise thing. You saw that when he did it. I wouldn't again say it's like Roadskin. I wouldn't say it's good without it being good. I've already peed off a brand anyway tonight, so I think I'm pretty much there. That's already happened. That's as far as I've caught back up with. What's this one? I just sent you a load of cash for a sticker worth every penny. Oh, top man. I can't see that now, obviously, but make sure you put your address in there. If not, send me it. I will definitely send you out a sticker. If we run out of these, there's not many of these left, which is quite funny, really. So if I will get more ordered if we do run out. But I appreciate it because, again, anything that's left over, it will go towards sorting out and paying for this adventure. It's massive. Can you see my beard coming through? I missed that. Well, actually, I'm putting back up super chat. Sorry. That one still use K-Bird Jew thanks to your channel. Yeah, to be fair, the K-Bird Jew too, if they don't come back, because the Italian side, honestly, that email was like this. They were loving it. What's lovely, because that's what I want, because I've rocked the Roo Rock. I should potentially do a follow-up to that helmet. It's still a good lid. But yeah, the K-Bird was probably one of the most I was impressed with. The Duke 2 for the price is the best helmet I've had for the price that does everything I want it to do. I might rock that back up if I can set the mic up thing, regardless if they do or they don't. But for me as a channel, I'd love, another brand, I'm just going to drop it in what I shouldn't do because I'm talking to K-Bird. Bell helmets, I've never had one, but the Qualifier, it looks nice. The padding looks amazing. I'd love to try one, but I'm very dubious because whatever I wear or I do, it's going to sound big-headed to say this, if it's good, I want it to be good. I want to sell it to my audience, but they're getting a lot for bang for their buck. So ideally, I reach out first. If I don't get any of them that are interested, I'll pick a helmet and I'll, again, I will review it in an honest way and I'll pay for it, but I'd rather get it for free and then, review it. And the one thing I love about what I've done recently, like it's a big term for the channel, reviewing kit on a proper adventure. So they're not paying for a review or giving me the kit because it's paying for me to do a review of their kit. It's actually real well. Like I still go to it, still stand by it. Roadskin jeans. I feel pissed. You can tell that. Roadskin jeans, next level. Gerbin is what I'm going to wear on my next adventure. Kais, really good kit, well worth buying. The reviews are real well. Do you see me using it and doing it? And I think anybody that review stuff, that's a long term, putting it through stuff. Imagine putting a K-Berg helmet through potentially, could be the world, could be France, Spain, Italy, Germany, is enough of a test to see how good it is because it's thousands and thousands of miles. Anyway, let's move on. Where are we at? When is the Honda Melody? I think that's what it's called, coming out of retirement. The Honda Vision. That is covered in dust. The back of the garage, still not had a fuel change during the entire time. I was thinking potentially getting that out for an incredible adventure, something that nobody's ever done before. Massive, huge. But that might be the charity trip next year because I think it might be worth coming out. But if I do it as a charity trip, you got to remember all the people that helped me buy that. That was a GoFundMe. Everybody that actually got involved in that helped me buy that bike. It's got all their names on it. I kind of would love to save that to go in the Helmet Head Cafe because of it's the first ever charity trip that I did. If I redid it, I'd have to take names off of it, and not disrespectfully, but because it's based on an adventure I did yonks ago, it'd have to be redone again. So I don't know. It's a tough one. It's one of those ones that's got a part of my heart. That's my first charity trip. I don't know if I can take that apart, but I'd love to ride it again. It's still got the knobbly tire on the back, but it's flat and wobbling around, so it needs a new tire. Where are we at now? Can you do sponsor stickers like the Moped Challenge? It's the cost, like that. The cost for I can do cheap, like people know this. You can get these for like pennies. This isn't pennies. If you can't, hopefully you can see the shine on it and then the thickness of it. So the point of this is like the most expensive sticker because it's waterproof, heavy duty. I wanted, if you put it on a pannier, it's not just going to come off in the rain. And anybody that's on the world of YouTube and that does this will know what I mean. You'll go, oh, I can get like 500 for 20 quid or whatever it costs them. They'll go, yeah, it falls off. Anybody that's got to add one of these, they'll know what I mean. They don't fall off. So if I did sponsor stickers, I wouldn't want to go less quality than this. So I don't know. If you've got some like suggestions or something that could work, I'm all ears. I'm happy to create something. Where are we up to next? Right, now you are drunk enough. Rurok's style over stumps. That's never convinced personally. I think that currently is the last question. Rurok. So there's a story, isn't there? The Rurok story is interesting, to be honest, because they invited me to their launch. They were really positive. When I turned up with a sidekick, we weren't on the list. That was really weird. After we'd been and we got in, obviously, and everything else, and we filmed it, as you saw. Afterwards, the woman apologised to us. Well, I was promised not the helmet that I got. I was promised the liquid carbon light helmet. That wasn't. They hadn't produced that or something at the time, so they sent me another helmet, and then eventually sent the sidekick a helmet. They're good helmets. To be fair, I think it looks amazing. I ordered probably slightly too big because when I put their medium on, and I think I got given a small because I didn't check, it felt so tight. I got their large to extra large, and it's been fine, but it's slightly loose. So with the balaclava I've just worn, if I take that off now, there is some decent movement in it, hence why it's time for a new lid. I would rock the Rurok for another year, but I'd probably want a couple of different helmets from them, different styles, because they've got some cool helmets. I'd like to try the medium to large. I don't know. It's a tough one because I would turn around and say, like, it's a lot of money for the lid that you get, and I think for that money you can get one with like the sun visor that comes down and all that stuff. But there's still no lid out there that makes me go, it's badass. I wear that lid, even the clips, when I play it back, I go, it looks badass. And that's what I love about it. So I will continue to rock it until either I purchase another helmet or I get another brand involved. I really want K-Berg to get involved. I've only had one K-Berg helmet, but that was probably the best helmet I've had. Now, I've had the Shark Carbon. What's great, but the mechanism on the side, whichever one it was, that's actually broke. So when you open it, it pings out. It closes when you close it, but it opens a gap. So K-Berg by far at the moment is my favourite, just for build like quality. That Duke tool I put through so much stick, like loads, and I only changed it, to the like one because obviously I was part of the promotion, but that Duke was knackered, to be honest. Well, let's move on. There's one more question. Here we go. Has your dad took his bike over, and will you be joining him on your epic adventure? No. So my dad's little 125 that he had, he actually, I sold that for him. I sold everything that was English when he moved. I sold for him and then transferred him the money. So he doesn't have a bike, and I think he's probably going to hate me for saying, I'd love him to ride. I'd love for me and him to ride again. I don't think he'll ever buy a bike again because he likes riding, But his life right now, with the age he's got to, him and my stepmom, they just love going on their holidays and being together and spending time together and just relaxing. And he loves bikes, but I think his passion is happiness with those two doing what they want to do best. So I'm hoping that we'll ride together again. But to be honest, I just want him to be happy, and I want him and her to be happy and to have a lovely life. So I don't think we will ride together. But if people anybody in France wants to lend us a bike, I'm sure he'll jump on it and do it. Senior Lord Hayes is a top bloke. I live in Spitz. I think that is literally us hitting the end of this. Is that it? Is everyone done it? Is anybody else with a question? I'll give you a second. I'm going to sip my beer. And thanks, Super Chats. I think we're pretty much. Can you see that? Jesus, that's a lot. That is a lot. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hang on. Is that a question? We did the Pyrenees in one day, 580 miles. Might want to book 3 nights there. So I've done the Pyrenees as well on the channel. I have done it. I've hired a bike. I've ridden it. I've gone into Spain. I was there for about a week, I think, as well. This adventure that I'm about to do on the Honda Monkey Bike is going to be a mile muncher. I'm going to ride the length of France. I'm going to ride the length of Spain. I will include as much as I possibly can in regards to like stuff, but I'm going to have about 6 days potential leave, so I want to get it done in 5. Spain may take, so I want to get there and back, may take about 7 or 8. I might have to add some leave onto it. I need to save up as much leave, unless I can go full time. I need to save as much leave as I can for the potential trip for me and Fentor at the end of the year, and all the other stuff. So yeah, I'm with you, but the Pyrenees will be from me to France, and then it'll be over the border, maybe a mountain, and then the other length for Spain, and then back again. So it's not as sightseeing as I'd like it to be. But my plan of it is my wish is the world, bit by bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, if that makes sense. I've just seen another super chat pop on the bottom, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go back to questions. But if let's be completely honest straight away here. Worst case scenario of this adventure, that is still going to be the biggest adventure so far on the channel, because that's all I'm doing. Going, if you might have noticed this, I'm going bigger and bigger and bigger. I want to become famous for being not just the monkey bike. I love the monkey bike, but I want to be famous for my adventures with the style that I do. That's my goal. Now I could keep jumping on the whole bike review side. I've got contacts with Triumph and, like I said, Honda and Royal Enfield and all this stuff. And I get that, and I love it. And I make a review, I put it out. It will get the most amount of views. My whole channel, if you go back into the top history, it's reviews of bikes, and I'm good for that. But what I love is the adventures. I love getting lost. I love the craziness, and this is what I want to get known for. And the last adventure I did is the biggest view count adventure I've done. The most people that have got involved, the most you've ever shared these posts and this adventure. I'm going to make sure I make it bigger and better, because that's what I want to aim for. I want people to go, Helmet Head is a dude that does some crazy stuff. So the monkey bike might potentially be the bike I ride around the world, is what I'm trying to say. But only if I can get the right dealer network where I can store bikes for about 6 weeks at a time, or company involved that can make that happen. I will keep going. Worst case, and it's not really worst case, it's still a hell of an achievement. France, Spain, Italy, that's a long way back out and through some countries, Germany and stuff, and back to the Helmet Head thing. That's an achievement by itself. And then after I've done that, if the monkey bike survives that, maybe further, but potentially I'll swap bikes and maybe make it a little bit different on a different bike. It's up to you guys. How much we share it, how far it goes, how big it gets, the better. Right, let me just go. I was going to go, but there's loads of super chats. Right, I'm going to... Which one? Hang on, I need to figure out what I just answered. Right, hang on.
Right, let me go to this quickly. I was interested in the Duke 2 until I tried it on. As soon as I closed my front, sorry, dyslexia. As soon as I closed the front, my chin was resting on the inside of the chin guard. Yes, the psychic experience is exactly the same thing. Helmets are about shape, massively about shape. Now, they say in the world of helmets, and I don't agree with this because it winds up a little bit, you've either got an awry or a shoey, because basically the shoey's more round and the awry's more longer. That's how I understand it. I've not owned either of those two helmets. They're massive in the whole world of motorcycles. Every helmet's the same. Whatever you do, go and try them on. What I'll say is with the Duke 2 was extremely close, massively close to my chin. It was, but at the same time, it was massively comfortable. So again, try on. Everyone's different at the end of the day. So find out what fits you. What we got here? You are a legend, my fella. Oh, I love that dude. Seriously, he's one of my. I have like favourite people, and obviously there's many of them, but he's literally held my hand through YouTube. And when I met him, he was no different as well. Even we were filming a bit, so I'm nice but bullshit when it comes down to filming, because I know what I want, how I want it to be. And Hornet CB 2000, I can't remember this. I was filming with Lee in the garage, and he was talking to Neil, I think, and they were talking about, and I was about to film. I had to go and go, I'm really sorry, but I'm about to film. Do you mind if I'm outside? He said, you don't have to tell me. Oh, no, was it? You don't have to ask me. Just tell me to go outside. I was like, no, I don't want to be rude. He said, we're here for you. You're not rude. I get it. Something like that. And he went outside with Neil. It was really lovely. But as a person, you feel quite rude to go, do me, mate. I'll go off outside. I'm filming stuff and I can hear you. But he got it. And he's just an awesome dude. Good evening and good night all. That's Sam, bless him. Good chat. Xmas everybody. I think people are all starting to pan off. I could be wrong. Right. Let me do this first because this is important. And again, dude. So this dude. Where is it? This dude right here. Massive. So it's like so you've got Patreon. I keep saying this. You've got Patreon and you've got like channel members. This is how bad I am. How drunk I'm getting. So Patreon channel members. Patrons get to see the vid like videos first, and obviously they're part of it. And there's a whole chat going on there, and that might be worth you joining. To be honest with you, because you get to see the videos first. The channel membership side of things is that it's almost like a tip jar. It's like, thanks very much, I love the channel. Be both. Some people would be amazing as well. But every live chat you're here and you're there as well. You're one of those people that are now holding my hand. He lives in America. I want to go both. If you know any companies out there, and this is me like massively probably stepping it out, that are willing to sponsor the channel that will get me there, then I'll be there quicker. I'd love. Imagine me and you, dude, tour in Thailand, tour in America. Could be quite incredible. But we'll see. It's going to happen eventually. So thank you. Yakidar, dude. Yakidar. Cheers. Again in Welsh if you don't know. Oh, God. That's bad. Right. Let's see how far we've got. I'm determined to answer as many questions before I have to go as possible. So look, I think people are starting to pan off. So good night. Enjoyed HH. Awesome, lad. Hope your hangover isn't too rough in the morning. Yeah, it's going to be in it. Not everyone cheers. I think everyone's starting to pan off. Oh, you're kidding me. Steve. Dude. I can't get them. They're all sticky fingers. I'm just going to end up, my laptop tomorrow is going to be absolutely covered. Yakidar, Steve. Yet again. What's that, the third, fourth, fifth? Oh, I love Steve Bolter. Steve Bolter, you don't actually know, he's not the King of England. He's the King of the universe. The reason why I'm called Lord Helmet Head. It's thanks to that dude. You basically, he massively underplays it, like hugely. Big dude's proper title, and he made me who I am. So there you go. So here we go. Thanks HH content. I love that dude. Where are we at to? Happy Christmas all. Yeah, massively. You can see the Christmas jumper. There's some more videos to come, obviously. It's going to become very vloggy, talking about the trip coming up, but it's cool. Where we're up to. Merry Christmas. There we go. Yeah, Duke Food felt very tight. My first day around the Peak District and Swanshaw. Probably doesn't fit your face, to be honest with you. Hence why earlier. Just go and try different stuff on. Make sure it's comfortable. Make sure it's good. Right, I think we're pretty much there. We've been going for nearly 2.5 hours. Is there? I don't think there's any more questions. I dare not look. I dare not look if there's any more super chats. Because I've just drunk a whole bottle of that awful crap. Pretty much. I salute everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to release that episode that you've seen already. That'll be out in obviously 4K on YouTube as always. And then obviously I will then be announcing Ashworth Automotive get involved, potentially another company, plus another dude that's helping me out as well, plus more. Hopefully it will be bigger, better as always. And this adventure is going to be amazing. Like I said, we'll see where this takes us. We're going to concentrate on leg one. We're on the Honda Monkey Bike as an Outlander. As the story progresses, hopefully none of this will go wrong. We're going to do the whole of France. We're going to do the whole of Spain, and we'll see where we are. Potentially the whole of Italy. Maybe we'll just keep going. I don't know yet. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. Thank you, everybody, for sharing the post, commenting, doing all these super chats. It's mega. It's brilliant. This is my third ever one of doing like a live stream. Hopefully, it's been reasonably seamless. There was a few hiccups, but hopefully you've all enjoyed it. So thank you very, very much. I'm going to sign off, and I can't wait for the next one. If this is popular, you want to see more, leave comments, and I want to see you again. I'll make sure another live chat happens soon. Hope you had a good evening. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now. And this is me clicking the bye button. Au revoir. Oh, end broadcast. There we go.